Divine Ones. Welcome back to Miracle Mantras. I'm Kiran Jotkar, and I'll be reading today's lesson for you, singing this mantra with you again so you can carry it throughout the day, and adding a commentary at the end. This is lesson number 48. There is nothing to fear. The idea for today simply states a fact. It is not a fact to those who believe in illusions, but illusions are not facts. In truth, there is nothing to fear. It is very easy to recognize this, but it is very difficult to recognize it for those who want illusions to be true. Today's practice periods will be very short, very simple, and very frequent. Merely repeat the idea as often as possible. You can use it with your eyes open at any time and in any situation. It is strongly recommended, however, that you take a minute or so whenever possible to close your eyes and repeat the idea slowly to yourself several times. It is particularly important that you use the idea immediately should anything disturb your peace of mind. The presence of fear is a sure sign that you are trusting in your own strength. The awareness that there is nothing to fear shows that somewhere in your mind, though not necessarily in a place you recognize as yet, you have remembered God and let God's strength take the place of your weakness. The instant you are willing to do this, there is indeed nothing to fear. There is nothing to fear. this is a difficult but simple and beautiful lesson, because we're living in a world that is based on a thought system of fear. Its very existence is made out of fear. So it's very difficult when we're in this world to believe that there's nothing to fear, right? But here it says it's only difficult for those who want to believe in illusions. And the reason that we're still holding on to the illusion is because there will be no separated self if we let go of the illusion. So we want it because we want this limited self. We want this body, this lifetime, this story. So we're holding on to it. And so we actually need our fears. Our fears are like our clothing or our bones or our flesh here in this dream of illusions. So it's hard, especially when we're believing in it, to even entertain the idea that there's nothing to be afraid of. Because the ego has taught us that we have every single moment of every single day to be afraid. Afraid we might die is the ultimate fear. But we're afraid that we'll make a mistake. We're afraid that somebody will not like us. We're afraid that we'll be ashamed of something. We're afraid of everything. We're afraid the flower will die. We're afraid, I'm just pulling things out of the hat here. We're afraid our children will get hurt. We're afraid we'll be sick. We're afraid and afraid and afraid. We're afraid our partner will leave us. We're afraid we'll lose our jobs. We're afraid we won't have any money. It's fear, 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 so much fear. And it doesn't feel good to the fabric of who we are, which is love. Because love is the opposite of fear. But it's a big leap to let go of the fear. It's almost like we're in the stew pot, we're in the soup pot, and we're in it. We're in the ocean of fear. And so it's very difficult to imagine that there is no fear. But it's not difficult if we remember who we are. If we remember where our strength lies, and we remember we're eternal beings, forever in the arms of divine. And the only reason that it's hard to feel that is because in order to wake back up in the arms of divine, we have to be willing to give up our stories, our bodies, and our individual identity. And return to the love that we are. Thank you for being with me. I look forward to being with you again tomorrow.